What if one ghost-filled night could rewrite your entire life story? Stay tuned, because Charles Dickens's A Christmas Carol still has the power to thaw even the frostiest modern heart. 1. Plot snapshot and historical context. Let's set the snowy stage. Published in 1843, A Christmas Carol emerged during England's grim Industrial Revolution, when poverty was everywhere, and Christmas wasn't yet the glittering commercial spectacle we know. Dickens, haunted by his own childhood in debtor's prison, wanted a rallying cry for compassion. Enter Ebenezer Scrooge, a miser who growls, "Bah, humbug," at everything joyful. On Christmas Eve, he's jolted awake by his deceased partner, Jacob Marley, clanking chains of regret. Marley warns that three spirits will visit: past, present, and yet to come. Through these spectral time travels, we glimpse young, hopeful Scrooge, the abandoned fiancé who marks his emotional freeze, the humble Cratchit family celebrating with almost no money, and finally, Scrooge's lonely gravestone. By dawn, terror turns to transformation. Scrooge flings open his windows, buys the biggest turkey for the Cratchits, raises Bob's salary, and becomes as good a man as the good old city knew. Dickens wraps the novella in just 5 staves, like verses of a carol, creating a brisk, theatrical narrative that still reads like a Netflix binge nearly 2 centuries later. 2. Characters that drive the carol Ebenezer. Scrooge is literature's poster child for redemption, but he works because Dickens layers him with recognizable wounds: abandonment, greed, masked as self-protection, and the gnawing fear of poverty. Jacob Marley, his spectral business partner, is less a character than a moral megaphone, rattling chains that symbolize unchecked capitalism. Then we have the ghosts. The ghost of Christmas. Past glows like a living candle, illuminating memory's bittersweet warmth. The ghost of Christmas present is a jolly giant clad in green, a Father Christmas archetype revealing humanity's collective heartbeat. Finally, the mute ghost of Christmas yet to come, shrouded in black, channels pure cinematic horror. And let's not overlook the supporting cast. Bob Cratchit, whose relentless kindness exposes Scrooge's cruelty. Tiny Tim, a fragile emblem of society's neglected poor. And Fred, the nephew who embodies unconditional goodwill. Each character is drawn in broad, almost theatrical strokes, yet they resonate because Dickens roots their symbolism in everyday human longings: security, love, recognition. In other words, we aren't just witnessing Scrooge's journey, we're confronting our own potential for both coldness and generosity. 3. Major themes and literary craft. Theme number 1, obviously, is redemption. The radical idea that one night's epiphany can rewrite decades of selfishness. But Dickens deepens it with social criticism. He aims his quill at Victorian England's poor laws, advocating for systemic empathy rather than seasonal charity. Notice how the novella weaponizes time, past, present, and future act as moral mirrors, forcing Scrooge and us to confront consequences across a lifetime. Dickens's prose is equally strategic. He infuses horror imagery, rattling chains, phantoms, a blank tombstone, to make the moral lesson visceral, then tempers it with cozy domestic scenes around Cratchit's hearth. That tension keeps readers emotionally off balance, exactly where Dickens wants us so his message can land. Stylistically, he uses repetition. Marley was dead, to begin with. To drum lessons into the mind like refrains in a song. He even plays with sound. Read aloud, the sentences swing like bells, reinforcing the carol motif. Finally, look at economics. Dickens doesn't demonize money, he indicts its hoarding. By repositioning wealth as a tool for communal joy, he plants the seeds for modern conversations about ethical capitalism. 4. Why the story still matters and personal takeaways. So, does a 180-year-old novella still speak to a streaming obsessed work from home world? Absolutely. Today, the ghosts might manifest as phone notifications or climate reports, but the core question endures. How do our daily choices echo through other lives? For me, rereading A Christmas Carol felt like a mandatory software update for my moral compass. I found myself tallying up ignored text messages, deferred donations, even energy wasted on cynicism. The book's brilliance is that it doesn't shame us. It invites us to imagine the joy we could spark. That's why adaptations keep coming. Muppets, Jim Carrey, even a 2022 musical, each generation customizing the ghosts it needs. On a craft level, Dickens proves brevity can be explosive. Under 30,000 words, yet he shifts global perceptions of Christmas. Marketers picked up the baton, evolving Christmas into the season of giving we know. But the enduring power is subtler. It's in the quick pivot from "what's in it for me" to "how can I help?" Let that transformation ring in your ears like church bells every time a cash register dings this season. If this review lit even the smallest candle inside you, smash that like button, share it with a friend who loves classics, and drop a comment telling me which ghost impacted you most. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dive book breakdowns every single week. No chains required.